Hello and welcome to the Dare to Dream radio show. This is your host, Debbi Dachinger. Spectacular to be with you, and thank you for tuning in. So here we are once again on the Dare to Dream radio show, and so much to share with you. We're heading towards the end of the year and the beginning of a new year. So the question is for you to just figure out, ascertain, assess, where are you at right now with your dreams? What's going on? What goals have you completed that you set out? What haven't you even accomplished? What do you need to celebrate that you brought into your life? Take time to do all three. And none of this is with the intention to punish or belittle yourself. It's really just to have a sense of, if you didn't start or accomplish or end up where you thought you would, then just make a renewed effort, a new decision. Start from today, exactly where you are and exactly what you need to do. Because the past is gone. There's nothing you can do about it. No worrying, no aggravating, no feeling upset about it will change how things have turned out. Important to remember. And next, remember that Ellen Friedman said the stewing is worse than the doing. So just stop stewing and over any dreams and goals that have not yet created. That's not important. Today's the day. This is the moment. Start now. Just look forward, let go of the past, and start now. I had a really interesting day today, I have to say. And what I found so interesting about it is that I was driving this morning and I just was feeling a lot of overwhelm. It's not a place I end up very much, but I was feeling a lot of overwhelm, and I was feeling so much on my plate, a lot of deadlines, a lot of things that need to get done well, and a lot of things that have finances attached to them. And the whole picture just put me in this kind of a maze, which means that I'm very distant from the day, from the moment, from the presence. And obviously I had a lot of options, but this year has been all about empowering. That's what I set out. That was I have many goals this year, but that was my global goal. That's a mouthful, global goal. But that is overall what I wanted to create. The umbrella of what I wanted to experience is my own power, stepping into the bigness, the largeness, the allness, the brilliance, the light, the gifts that I've been given. Not to play small in any way, but to really surrender to who I am and authentically live from there. So I made a decision that as soon as I had a moment, and I did create a moment, early in the morning I was going to sit down and I was going to just write everything out. Everything that was going on in my mind I was going to put out on paper. And that is the cure for me. Writing is the cure. Because otherwise, when I think about everything going on, it's like a hamster in my head, and it's just cyclical, but nothing ever gets accomplished or solved. So I have to stop that motion and just put it out on paper. What was amazing was when I looked back over all the to-dos and all the finances and everything that was going on all at once, the first thing that was interesting was things were actually not as bad as I thought they were. Why? Because I had one number in my head, but when I went online to actually pull out the numbers of what was going on, I went, oh, well, it's not that it's still simple or doable or fixable in this moment, but actually, this is better than I thought. So that was great. Some of the things I owed are coming up. That was nice. Then I was able to put some action steps next to things. Oh, if I do this, my anxiety will go down. If I do that, that will be taken care of. If I do that, I'll be communicating. So I started taking action there. All of this to say that was my action. And then my internal, let's say spiritual process was I created a mantra for myself about who I was and the brilliance of my essence, and to step into that. So it's just a one sentence, and I kept saying that. Now, anything that came up to tell me otherwise in my head, or this is going on, but that's going on, but that was blocking me from being that and embodying that, I would say out loud and just really allow it to be, and then I would go back to the mantra, and allow it to be, and go back to the mantra. And it was amazing. Between the two processes, what happened was I came full circle back to myself, into myself. I had a terrific day. The smaze was gone. and I was completely myself again. It felt so good, because that to me is real empowerment. You know, things come up for all of us. Obstacles, situations, moments, but it's like, what are we going to do with them when they happen? And for me, my chosen response was to not be a victim, to not allow it to take away my day, to make me miserable, to feel even more overwhelmed by my overwhelm. It was really just to buck up and take on this. Be bigger than this. Know that all would be well, that I can handle this. And so I did. So I really did end up feeling terrific and so proud of myself for handling it that way. I was also going through my desk a couple of days ago, and I found some old Franklin Covey materials from my old calendar. You know, so I was throwing things away, recycling, getting rid of, or putting back together and so forth. And it was so funny when I opened those Franklin Covey materials, because they have a big triangle, and from the bottom to the top it says discover, plan, act. And that's what I teach on my show. Is like, oh, Franklin Covey and I, we have a lot in common. So discover what matters most to you, plan what matters most, and act in accordance with what matters most. Yeah, you have to discover, figure out what it is, what dreams and goals you have and want. You have to plan. Well, what kind of plans do I need to make in order to get to that dream and goal, in order to make it come true? And then you need to take action. You need to act in accordance, because that's what matters most to you. That's what you value. So take action in order to get there. Anatole France said, to accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. So to get on track, just take some quiet time. Do whatever you need to get any obstacles out of the way so you can be clean on your path and moving towards what you want to do. And there are questions and feelings you can elicit from yourself when you're on your way to figuring out your life purpose, your dreams, your goals. How are things going in your professional life? Are you where you want to be? How are things going in your personal life? What kind of positive impact do you want to have, and what does that look like? What kind of things do you want in this lifetime? What do you want to do? And what kind of person do you want to be? So you could also adopt the viewpoint of being elderly, being far advanced in age, and looking back, whatever age you want to, 80s, 90s, 100s, 200s, you decide. And from that elderly age, looking back in your life, and what kind of contributions do you wish you had made in your lifetime? What are the things you want to say as an elderly person looking back that you have done? If someone was giving you a tribute, what would you want them to say about you? And then this really becomes your mission statement. This is the things you want to create, so that and I'm not even saying it's the end of your life, you could just be elderly looking back, but when you are older, you can say, I did all that. And hey, I'm 80, 90, 100, and I still got more dreams and goals. Awesome. I like that image a lot. What I want you to know is you have talents and capabilities. You deserve to be happy and fulfilled. You deserve to enjoy your professional life. You deserve to experience worth. And you have contributions that the world is waiting for. So don't make them wait too much longer. Get on it. Give us the light that you've been born with. William Jennings Bryan said, destiny is no matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved. Cell phone. So you're truly one of a kind. Cool ringtone. Your life can be what you want it to be, and remember to dare to dream. You have so many answers inside of you. Thanks for tuning in.